Gang, today we're going to be talking about a live negotiation with a subject to what the seller becomes the bank for my student. This is my student live talking to a motivated seller plus cash offer. And so I'm going to present it to you, and then I'm also going to critique him. I'm going to also coach him on the areas that he made the mistake. So right now you're going to be witnessing something you don't see on the internet, a live call with the motivated seller on the phone. One of my students in my profit sharing coaching, Lee, profit sharing coaching, he's talking to a motivated seller. So without any further delay, let's get started.
Alex, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hey, it's Adrian again. So I did my homework on this property, and I really do want to buy it. And
Yeah.
I actually like where it's placed. Like it's kind of placed in like the business part of Ennis, where all the little jobs are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right, so he did an excellent job when he started it out. Let's listen to it again.
Alex. Alex, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hey, it's Adrian again. So I did my homework on this property, and I really do want to buy it.
There you go. That part is very, very good because when I talk to home sellers, I'm giving them hope that I am the solution they're looking for. I really want to buy it. I want to buy your house. Consider your house sold. Those are the vocabularies that I use and I train my students to use because you don't want to be a wishy-washy buyer where you're not sure if you want to buy it. You're wishy-washy because when you talk to motivated sellers, they're looking for a solution and they want someone that's going to be able to have the experience or the desire to get this problem out of their hair. Okay, so my student Lee did a great job by starting it off and saying, look, I've done my homework. I really want to buy this property. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the good and the bad.
And
Yeah.
I actually like where it's placed. Like it's kind of placed in like the business part of Ennis, where all the little jobs are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that part, Lee and my students in profit sharing and anyone else that's listening to me right now, that part is not really necessary. You just tell them you really want to buy the house, consider your house sold, and then now you can move into the presentation. You're not gonna fluff the seller a whole lot about why you love the property, whatever. They don't care about that. Okay, they may love it, they may not love it, and we don't care about that. Okay, so we're not gonna fluff that with that kind of information. Why we love it? We just tell them we love it, and we move forward.
Yeah. So this probably would be a perfect rental for me. So hey, I'm gonna run a couple options by you, and just
Now, the part that he said that it's going to be a good rental for him, that's a good part. The other part in the front was just too much fluff.
tell me which one you leaning towards. So I haven't done like my full homework, like the exact to the penny numbers.
Okay, and this is an area where Lee, when you're listening to this, you made a mistake, and any of my other students, you've made a mistake. What we teach you in profit sharing is that on the very first contact, you're just getting the Ninja phone script, you're filling it out, getting that tool, filling out, getting all the information, and then you're going to roll up your sleeve, you're going to do the homework, and then when it's time for the offer, okay, if you have a highly motivated sellers, then you're going to give them the offer, okay, where you've already done your homework, but Lee's coming now back talking to the seller and saying, look, I didn't really do my homework, but I really want to buy it. So which one is it? You really want to buy it or you really didn't do your homework? So those are where like red flags that logically it doesn't make sense and it makes them a wishy-washy buyer. Okay. Now, the way I teach it is negotiation. Actually, it's better just to get in my profit sharing coaching, guys. We go all into details. Let's go ahead and listen to it for a few more minutes.
But but before I do that, I just want to see which way like you would want to do this. Now, my first way that I would want to do this is cash. Like, yeah, I would just cut you a check for it, but I need it at like 60 cents on the dollar. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I know.
All right, Lee. So, and another thing you need to be able to explain to him is 60 cents on the dollar minus repairs because this house needed about $30,000 in repairs from what Lee had told me. So, Lee, this is the coaching for you, but also some of it's going to be public. But what you need to do, Lee, is always subtract the repairs from it. That's something that you didn't do, okay? Now, once you gather the information from the Ninja phone script, the next option is to go to their home And if you do it like I do at profit sharing, we just do it over the phone. But I made a mistake. It's better if you guys go to their home, especially if you're new, because not everyone's going to be able to get a deal like me over the phone via recording, okay? So you got to go to their home and then present them the offer right then and there and see how they lean against.
No, he was asking for like what, like 130 something, right?
I bought his property
Mm-hmm.
with a total cost of 130,000.
Yeah, 130. Yeah. And the pros of that, and the pros of me just offering you cash like that is that yeah, you can just walk away from it like, yeah, I just like cut your check by Tuesday or Wednesday, and you can just like and be done with it. Yeah, you don't have to do any update.
All right, so Lee, so some coaching for you is that you did a great job on explaining some of the benefits of it, okay, of the cash deal, okay? Great work. But don't say things you can't perform. Like you can't cut them a check Tuesday or Thursday when you haven't even looked at the house. You're just giving an offer on the phone. So you could just say we can have a fast closing versus promising like, hey, I'm on a specific date when you haven't even looked at the home. So sometimes we get excited in sales and we offer people things that we cannot commit to, and then later on the seller walks away, and that's a very, very rookie mistake because we get excited. So the way I run my business is I under promise and over deliver. So I tell people they're going to get less stuff and then they get more stuff. Okay, versus telling them they're going to get the world and then they get less, because if people think they're going to get A, B, and then you provide them A, B, C, then they're a lot much happier because they got something extra. So Lee, don't do that. Okay, just bad business ethics.
Days with the advertising no more. It's done. Yeah, just the only problem with that for you would be like, oh, well, not necessarily a problem.
Now, Lee now goes and talks about the other side, which is what we call the bad side, the dark side, because in life there's a light and there's dark, there's white and black. Where every action there's an opposite reaction, yin and yang. So you can't get away from this in life, in real estate, in marriage. Everything's is one. So that said, Lee's trying to make an attempt by explaining to the seller that, hey, you know what? This is the con part of this, but he's using bad vocabulary. I would just say, look, this is the good news. Here's the bad news. Okay, I wouldn't call it a problem, because a bad news for one person might be a problem for one person, where the other one is looking at the solution. So the problem part, the words that he uses, instantly frames the seller at this offer being a problem, okay, versus a solution. So this is where Lee tries to make an attempt to talk about the yin and the yang, to talk about both sides, but he comes to a conclusion for the seller that this will be a problem. And I don't like using words like that. So Lee, don't use words like that. I would say, look, here's the good news, here's the bad news, okay? And in a sense, it is both sides, and I'm kind of saying bad news, but I'm not saying it's a problem, because a bad news is, hey, can be a solution or positive for someone else, where someone can take it as a bad news. So it all depends on the individual. So let's move forward.
But it would just be like, oh, I can't give you like that full price that you're asking for. You see what I'm saying? So like that's just option one. Option two, I'm trying to think here. What if I paid you like what you're asking for, like a little bit?
Okay, guys, if anyone's watching this on Facebook and YouTube, then what you need to do is just join my profit sharing. It's only $14.95 for the year, and you'll be able to go into this. We're actually, this Saturday, we are going to go into this video in full for everyone there. It gets really, really juicy there. We talk about the owner financing. So if you're interested, then join us in our profit sharing. It's less than $1,500 for the whole year, guys, and I'll work with you to split the deals on the profits. It's out of this world. It's more valued than is being advertised. And if you're hungry and you're not a slacker, then this is the place for you. If you're an excuse maker, then no one can help you, not even Jesus or God or whoever you believe in. Okay. That said, click the like button, share this message, and highly recommend joining my profit sharing. All right, let's move forward, guys. The people in my profit sharing coaching.
More, but I like pay you just like I'll give you a down payment, and then I'll pay you out like weekly or monthly or daily or whatever. Like I can structure that with the title company. Go ahead.
You mean like a rent to own, right?
Well, yeah, I'd be like leasing
Okay, guys.
it from you, yeah. And like once I find like a cash buyer to buy it, yeah, you'd be paid out, and you're gonna get the full amount that you're asking for. Yeah.